Before we get in this video, I am not a health professional. I am not a nutritionist. I don't recommend anything I'm about to talk about. I am only sharing what worked for me. Do not try this at home. Okay, let's talk about weight loss. I have lost 135 pounds. Most people thought what I was doing was crazy, that I was gonna die, and I did it anyways. I shot this video twice. I talked for about 30 minutes yesterday, and I decided I wanted to redo this video because I could be more direct and to the point. So today, I'll talk about my story and then my background, everything else in another video. Today's video is only about weight loss, and as a warning, up here in this area there's going to be some before and after pictures. I'll be in some boxer briefs, nothing inappropriate, but if you don't want to see gross pictures of yours truly, then just be aware. You might want to fast forward a little bit here or there. Let's talk. I needed to lose weight. I was having health issues, spent some time hospitalized last year, and knew that it was time to radically change my life. Everything about my life. It was time. So I had to figure out a way to lose weight in a fast, healthy manner. I've done it. I'm not done. I'm still trying to lose weight, but I lost 135 pounds so far. Last May, I was hospitalized over Mother's Day weekend. I weighed over 380 pounds. I know that because the scale I used at the time could only weigh up to 380 pounds, and it would constantly say error, error. It would never give me a number. So it was bad. I was huge. This is a picture of me right there at a weight that I don't know what I was at. That was my twin brother's wedding. And I don't even recognize that person. And my friends who have seen me, have known me for years, don't remember me looking like that. It was alarming to be 31 years old, hospitalized, and having tons and tons of images of my heart taken. It was a crazy experience. It was something that I didn't like. I wasn't happy that doctors were talking to me about end-of-life plans, that it could be it. It was time for change. I had to change everything, change my entire life. And when I say change my entire life, I mean right now it's 6:43 on a Sunday morning. I've already been up for an hour, did cardio, went to Dutch Bros, got my coffee so I could have something to drink while we film. Those are things I would have never done before. I get up every day at 5:30 and work out now. Even on rest days, I do something. But that's another video. We won't talk exercise right now. Weight loss. So it was time to lose weight. I had to figure out how to do it. I did tons and tons of research. So much research that I can't tell you how much. Every day I read something. Still to this day, for over a year now, I read something. I watch an informational video online, look and see if there are new medical articles out online. I check like fitness blogs and follow YouTubers and try and do all that stuff. I'm constantly doing research. I got a good shot yesterday of me, dropping down some books that I read. I really like that shot, so I'm gonna try and put that in here now. But research was super important, and all the research that I did at the time with watching the documentaries, reading, and YouTube, and all that stuff, medical journals, all of it, it all pointed to going vegan. So that's what I did. Huge part of my weight loss, of that 135 pounds, was going vegan. The reason why I'm not going to talk about exercise right now is because the first 80 pounds I lost, there was no exercise involved whatsoever. Other than the normal, you have to walk a little bit every day. But there was no exercise involved. The weight just started disappearing. It's ridiculous how fast I was losing weight. First couple months, I lost 20, 30 pounds. It was ridiculous. I would do it again. But plant-based whole food vegan, let's talk about that. I went vegan, I went plant-based whole food vegan. You can go vegan and still eat 100% junk food. Potato chips are vegan, Oreos are vegan. You can go to the store and get pre-made, taste like real meat tofu packets that are vegan, and they are terrible for you. So plant-based whole food vegan. This is the first point I want to make. When I went plant-based whole food vegan, was having those health issues last year, I went crazy with it. People thought I was nuts because the first thing I did, the first 2 months, I ate only potatoes. Only potatoes. Nothing on them, no seasoning, no butter, no chives, no sour cream, only potatoes. It was different, but doing the research, potatoes are the perfect food. And if you don't believe me, this guy right here, he goes by SpudFit on YouTube and on social medias. He spent a year eating only potatoes, became an international headline news story, lost a ton of weight, and is still alive. He was a big part of the research I did. I followed him for a couple months before I really okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm really gonna do this. So potatoes only. It reset my taste buds. That's a very non-scientific way of saying I got sick of only potatoes, and when I started eating other things, get out of here, bug. When I started eating other things, everything tasted phenomenal. I mean, celery tasted amazing. Corn on the cob. Corn's really sweet. We drown it in butter and other junk, but corn is really sweet and delicious. What are some other things? Broccoli, asparagus, tomatoes. All these things I started eating again for the first time after 2 months of potatoes. They were phenomenal. I cannot tell you how good they tasted. They were great. So yeah, plant-based whole food vegan. People don't understand weight loss is starving yourself. You have to want it. You have to go crazy. You have to get your mindset prepared to be crazy and to be different and have everyone tell you you're wrong. I can tell you that I only ate potatoes and vegetables and still only eat potatoes and vegetables and fruits. And I'm living proof of it, that it works. But if you don't want it, it'll never happen. Change everything about your life, because your life is what got you into this situation in the first place, and do it. A big part of my diet was actually doing no SOS, no salt, oil, or sugar, as little as possible. Salt is inflammatory, makes your body retain water, causes issues. If it was already in the food, I wasn't too worried about it, but I wouldn't, dump on a bunch of extra salt on my food, or when we go out to sushi, I get some veggie rolls, I wouldn't soak it in soy sauce first. So no extra salt. Oil. Oil is concentrated fat. No matter what oil it is, whether it's a plant-based oil, an olive oil, or animal-based oil, it's fat. And 1 tablespoon is 150 calories. Yeah, no oils. As little fat as possible. And then sugars. Try to stay away from sugars. Sugars aren't necessarily bad. Sugars ultimately are a carbohydrate, and your body needs carbs, but super high amounts of sugars are bad. And if you can stay away from them, that's good. The less the better. So no salt, oil, or sugar. So when I did this, I went crazy and cut calories, tracked calories with MyFitnessPal app, and tracked macros. I try to shoot for, early on it was 10% protein, 10% fat, 80% carbs. Very high carb diet. It was awesome. I ate so much bread, and it was great. And split pea soup was disgusting to me. Now it tastes fantastic. Mushroom and lentil soup. Oh, Whole Foods makes a good mushroom and lentil soup. But I ate tons of that stuff. Those were my macros. That's what they look like. It was pretty crazy. My doctor didn't like it. He was like, no, you need way more fat and protein than that. But that's what I did. And I kept losing weight, and my doctor would check up on me, would do blood work every couple months. And he was like, oh, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But I'm worried. It worked. Now I'm more around because I've started working out and I'm trying to build a little more muscle while I continue to lose. Now my macros are more 20% protein, 30% good fats, and 50% carbs. That's a pretty average macro split. And calorie wise, I try to limit myself to about 2,200 calories a day. On days I do cardio, I eat a little more because I burned a little more. Days I don't do cardio, like I'll lift weights or just, you know, play with my son, walk around the neighborhood. 2,200 calories is kind of my magic burning number. But yeah, track your macros, track your calories. Very important. All right, so 135 pounds in a little over a year. That's a pretty big deal. You can see before and after. Like I said, this is what worked for me. Doing weight loss for over a year now, I firmly believe that weight loss is strictly calories in versus calories out. Where does the energy go? There are lots of different ways to diet and lose weight and put your body in a calorie deficit. People can argue ketosis, keto diets, or low carb, another way of ketosis, plant-based whole food vegan, or fasting, or intermittent fasting, all these things. There's a really great YouTube video by Vitruvian Physique, one of the guys I follow. He's awesome, check him out. I will link to that video down below. He basically spends 15-20 minutes breaking down every single one of these diets in a flow chart for you, and it all comes out to calories in versus calories out. Like I said, this is what worked for me, going crazy, eating only potatoes, eating only plants, etc., etc. What works for you might be totally different. Or maybe you have a condition where you can't do what I did, or health complications, and while people ask me and talk to me about this stuff, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not your doctor, but if you feel like going crazy and trying stuff out, that's what I did. That's what worked for me. Go crazy. Change your life. Do whatever it takes. Be the person you want to be. That will help